Morning. So at last we got planning permission to set up our campsite. So if you want to know what it takes to set up a campsite, then this is for you. We bought this land 2 years, it'll be 2 years in April, and we live about 15 minutes up the road. Now so we don't actually live here. I mean, ideally for campsite, if you've got some house with some land or something like that, then it's a bit more straightforward, but we haven't got that, so we bought some land. It took us nearly 2 years to find something suitable. There's so many different things to take into account. Access, for one. Water helps. Sewage, not quite such important, but water's a big help. Then obviously, it's got to have something, an area that people might like to come to. What we found is, over those 2 years, there were some really great bits of land, but they just weren't suitable. So it took a long time. Anyway, so then we saw this field back in end of 18 then it would have been, and thought actually it ticks all the boxes, so we started from there. Spoke to the planners, West Devon County Council. They didn't have any sort of immediate objections. They won't say yes or no, but they didn't have any sort of immediate objections. So planning, got a planning consultant involved, which was a good thing. When you first look at it, you think, oh, I might be able to handle that, but no, having the planning consultant was a real plus. So it was then, we bought the land in April. August, the planning permission went in. They said it would be 8 to 12 weeks, we'll have a decision. Well, 8 to 12 months is probably more realistic. And all in all, it took 18 months to get planning permission. So, bear that in mind. We thought once the planning permission went in, they said it was going to be done by October. We thought the following year would be open. Obviously COVID and all that happened, so it would have changed things, but it was nowhere near. They put on various conditions, so eventually we got the planning permission, and they put on various conditions. Now, something else to look out for: we bought this land, it's got a nice stream along the bottom, down there, and with the trees alongside, and we thought that's a nice feature. Then the Environment Agency turned around and said it's a flood risk. Now it is literally a stream, and in winter it does get very full, but it's a stream. It's a flood. They said it could be a flash flood, and if campers were down there, they might not be able to get out in time. So anyway, we had to do a load of tests for drainage. We had to get, that was the other objection. Yes, they said because of the flood risk, because we're up the top there, we've got some hard standing for people when they come in and out, and then down the bottom over there will be the showers, so we have to do a drainage plan for the water runoff from those. The plan cost £600 for something that it wasn't needed, because again they said, oh, there could be a 100-year flood with the runoff from these buildings, but there's no one here, there's nothing here, see? Nothing here. But anyway, that's the conditions they had. We had to conform with that. So that took more months. But we're now here. Another thing to look out for is we've got clay soil. It's not the best idea. It does drain quite quickly, but at the moment it's absolutely saturated, so we can't do any work until it starts to dry out. And it also causes problems with all sorts of drainage and what have you. But anyways, we're getting there. What we've done at the moment, we've planted some fruit trees here. Now you can see that we've got a base there for a lotus bell, and a base over the far side there for a yurt. And then over this side we'll have a couple of pitches mown in to the grass coming on down here. And then because of the Environment Agency, we can only camp, I don't know if you can see it yet, there's a board, we've got a plant across the middle here. So because of the flood risk, flash flooding, we can only plant we can only camp, sorry, this side, and we've got to put trees and shrubs along the middle. I mean, it'll look quite nice actually. I mean, it'll break it all up, but it'll look quite nice. We've got water running at the bottom of the field, and it comes in, if you can see it, there's some yellow hose there. It comes in over there, and then we've got a tap there in the middle, a tap over there, and then it runs on over to the showers over there. That to get the water board in, it's not a water board anymore, is it? I think that was 1,600 quid, plus another 600 pounds to do the percolation test, lay the pipe, stuff like that. So water, 1,200 pounds so far. Sorry, 2,200 pounds so far. So like they always say, it's always going to cost you more than you think. But so far we're pretty much on budget. So we're part of Greener Camping, it's a certified campsite. I don't know, what do you call it? Anyway, organisation, that's the word. They've been very, very helpful, giving us advice, and also our initial plans were too big, and we've got 5 acres, and what they've recommended were 10, to start off with 10, and maybe go up to 12, including the glamping sites. It's so much better because it's what we want to do, plenty of space in a nice natural environment. So they've been very, very helpful, and that has also saved us money, for example on water treatment plants and things like that. So though we've had to spend more money on the drainage and these other conditions that the council put in, we've saved money on the budget because of the help of Greener Camping. Now, a lot of these certified camping organisations like Caravan Motor Club, Motor Caravanners and Caravan Club and all that, they say you don't need planning permission because we give you the permission, which is true. But if you want to put in, you need to put in a water treatment plant, which you probably will do. You can get around it, but I think it's a bit dodgy. You need planning permission for that. You need planning permission if you want to put on a decent size shower. And ours is all going to be made out of wood, but if you want to put little sheds around, you can get away with it. They also want, in here, West Devon, they want planning permission if you're going to have things on site like the yurt for 6 months of the year. Even though it's taken down, you need permission for it. So yes, strictly speaking, you don't need planning permission. They always tell you that. In a lot of cases it's not true, but anyway, Greener Camping have been really, really helpful. So tomorrow we go to buy the trees. Now this is where I don't know if you can see, there's some big poles stuck in the ground there. There's 2 there, there's 2 there. So initially we're going to plant 8 big trees, and then there'll be a load of smaller whips to make up some hedging and shrubs and that along. We're going to make it in like little copses as opposed to a fence going all the way across. Okay, and then up the top there, where you see that there's a fence running across there, we've got to plant a hedge in there as well. So we're picking all that stuff off tomorrow. That's about, what was it, 1,200, 1,500 quid's worth. Now you do get lots of places and things, they say, oh, you can get free trees, you know, to plant. Well, it's not quite that straightforward, like everything. Green Camping have given us a couple of 100 whips, and every new member of Greener Camping you plant a new tree for. So again, they've been very helpful. The ground's nice and frozen at the moment, but it's actually sodden underground. So that's where our shower block's going to be, just there. And there'll be a shower and a toilet, 2 basins in there. And then what we'll do is, so again, because of all the COVID restrictions, we're going to build a separate little shower, which will be an outdoor shower, and a separate toilet as well. We've also got a couple of compost leaves dotted around. So now we can actually start work. I'm planning everything for the sort of middle of March, and we hope to be open in June. So we'll just have to see what happens, and we'll take it from there. But it's a good day, and I tell you what, it's blooming lovely. I really love it up here, and it's a good day to be out in the open air. It's lovely sunny, cold but lovely and sunny. You take care now.